We welcome you to the Brian Lara Cricket Academy here. It's the grand final of the Trinidad and Tobago Cricket Board T20 Festival. We can see Queen's Park Cricket Club is going to come up against First Citizens Clarke Road here in what will be a fantastic final here. It's a repeat of the 50-over final where Queen's Park came up victorious against this Clarke Road side. What I can tell you that it will be David Furlong's 18th title if this Queen's Park team is able to go over the line here tonight, and it will be a fantastic achievement for a coach who's done fantastically well with this Queen's Park team over the years. So we look forward to what will be an important final for him and a grand final here at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy. We'll be back with you shortly for the toss. We welcome you to the Brian Lara Cricket Academy here for the grand final of the TTCB T20 competition. It's Queen's Park against First Citizens Clarke Road. I can tell you that Queen's Park won the toss and they've decided to field first. The Queen's Park team for today comprises of Justin Gillen, captain, Tian Webster, Isaiah Raja, Yannick Karaya, Akil Hussain, Sunil Narain, Dwayne Bravo, Terence Hines, John Ross Jarrisa, Nicholas Alexis, and Kari Pierre. Darren Cruikshank is 12th man with Joshua De Silva, 13th man.
Keston, I'm not sure if I heard correctly. Did you say Dwayne Bravo?
Yeah, Dwayne Bravo is in the lineup here. He will replace Javon Sills, who I think picked up a niggle in that last match. So he comes in for Sills. Here we have the First Citizens Clarke Road lineup. It's Gregory Mahabia, captain Nicholas Sukhdeo, Kyle Hope, Sean Siloch, Yannick Utley, Dujon Charles, Cleavon Calawan, Kerwin Serju, Akil Molon, Samuel Rupnarang, and the youngster Tariq Mohammed. He comes in for Nicholas Ali. Michael, it's the grand final, a repeat of the 50-over final. It's Clarke Road against Queen's Park here. It should be quite an entertaining one as we see Dwayne Bravo is in the lineup to strengthen up this Queen's Park team even more.
Yeah, not sure how much more strengthening this Queen's Park team will need, but he will bring a wealth of experience here to this T20 outfit. Goes without saying that Dwayne Bravo was part of the finalists 2019 IPL competition. Unlucky in that final, but we'll see Queen's Park coming up against Clarke Road. Hopefully this will be a much more competitive game than the 50-over final where Queen's Park romped to victory in that clinical win.
Some interesting stats for you here, Michael. The coach of the Queen's Park team, David Furlong, he'll be going for an 18th title here in this final. I'm not sure if anyone else in club cricket could match that record, Michael.
As we see Terence Hines running into Kyle Hope, that one just outside the off stump. Hope shouldering arms there, and a pretty sedate start to the final here. Dot delivery to start proceedings, and 18 titles for any coach. Wow, that really is an amazing record, and I'm sure much more to come.
Yeah, most definitely. As we can see Terence Hines operating to Kyle Hope. There's a man at slip, a backward point, a cover, a mid-off, a mid-on, a mid-wicket, a man at short fine leg, and the two men on the boundary is a man at deep backward square and a third man as this delivery from Terence Hines pitched up on the line of the off stump, and Kyle Hope, make no mistake there, driven over the man at cover into the boundary for 4. So he gets the scoreboard ticking here for Clarke Road. He's off the mark with a boundary, and it's 4 without loss. We're inside the first over.
Yeah, interesting move here, Keston, from Queen's Park. Yesterday we saw Javon Sills opening the bowling for the Queen's Park outfit. Unable to make the final 11 today because of that shoulder niggle that you did mention. So we'll be seeing Terence Hines with a new ball here. We saw him yesterday at the back end of the innings doing excellently well. So this will be a new challenge for Mr. Hines.
Yeah, most definitely a new challenge for Hines, but I think he'll be up to the task here today. He's in really good bowling form as he now runs in here, passes the umpire. He's into bowl to Hope, and a shortish delivery pulled away. The man at backward square, Tian Webster, he gets around quite quickly there and only limits them to 1. So it will bring the ever-aggressive Sukhdeo to the strike. Michael, what do you think will be the approach to Nicholas Sukhdeo here today?
Well, anyone who follows local cricket will know that Nicholas Sukhdeo will prefer spin than pace any day of the week, and most definitely we saw a lot of slow ball bouncers from Terence Hines yesterday. I don't think much of them is going to be too slow to Sukhdeo here today.
Yeah, as we can see Hines operating to Sukhdeo. There's a slip, a backward point, a cover, a mid-off, a third man on the boundary, a mid-on, a short mid-wicket, a short fine leg, and a man at deep backward square as Terence Hines at the top of his mark runs into bowl to Sukhdeo. This delivery just outside the line of the off stump. There's a slash there from Sukhdeo, unable to get contact, and it goes by to be taken by the keeper. As we can see the crowd billing nicely here in this final at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy. Michael, do you think we'll get a lot more spectators here tonight?
Yeah, expecting a big bumper crowd here at the Southland tonight, and we see a South team featuring in the final, FCB Clarke Road. Definitely, they love their cricket down in the Southland as Hines is into Sukhdev Singh once more. This one squirted out to the offside. Tion Webster comes around to do the tidying up. 6 without loss. One legal delivery left in the first over. I could actually tell you that as of last night, after the semi-final encounter, I was actually preparing some statistics. Terrence Hines, who's operating now, is actually the leading wicket taker for the Parkites. In 6 games, he has taken 11 scalps at an economy at less than 5 runs and over. That's excellent, and he's operating in the power play overs as well as the death overs. So that's excellent by the medium pacer.
Yeah, really good stuff from Terrence Hines in the back end of this season. At this delivery there, it looks like it's a slow delivery there to Kyle Hope. Just on a length there, going down the leg side. He works it into the onside, gets a single to the man at short fine leg, and it will complete the first over here in the final of the TTCB T20 Festival. It's Clarke Road, who've been sent in by Queen's Park as 7 without loss. Queen's Park operating with the usual thing that they've done this season. Akil Hossain will take up the attack from the northern end. He'll be bowling to Kyle Hope. There's a man at slip, a backward point, a cover point, short cover, a mid-off, a long on, a deep mid-wicket, a man at short square leg there, and a man at short fine leg. As Akil Hossain now at the top of his mark as he waits to bowl to Hope. His delivery. There, he's bowling Hope, and that's the end of Kyle Hope. He goes bowled by Akil Hossain. It's the first wicket here in the final, and Akil Hossain continues his good work that he's been doing throughout the season here. He gets the big fish Hope, and it's 7 for 1. We are in the second over.
Yeah, so first blood here definitely goes to Queen's Park. First delivery in the second over of this T20 final encounter, and Hoke bowled nook and crook there by Akil Hossain. That one just going through the gate with the arm ball, and I can tell you that that's Akil Hossain's 9th wicket for the season in this T20 festival, Gaston.
Yeah, his 9th wicket in only his 7th match, and he's really been excellent for Queen's Park. He's going at an economy rate of 3.97 runs per over, which is exceptional at this level here. As we can see, the new batsman coming to the crease is Sean Siloch. Michael, so already FCB Clarke Road are on the back foot. They're big fish, and one of their more experienced players are back in the hut. Akil Hossain doing exactly what his skipper would have wanted. He strikes early with his first delivery in his first over. So it's 7 for 1 here. One delivery gone in the second over.
Yeah, Kyle Hope maybe should have given himself more of an opportunity to have a look at Akil Hossain. He is one of the danger bowlers in this QPCC lineup. Has been in excellent wicket-taking form, and he continues to do so in the final here.
As we can see, the field will remain the same to the new batsman, Sean Siloch.
Hossain at the top of his mark, runs in, passes the umpire, and this is Siloch pushing tentatively to mid-off. Batsman declined the single. So with the fall of Hope, more responsibility is going to be placed now on the shoulders of Nicholas Sukhdev Singh. He is an explosive left-handed batsman. Hossain into Siloch once more. This one going on with the arm, and Siloch unable to keep that one out. Nicholas Alexis, the wicketkeeper for the Queen's Park outfit, does the tidying up. So good start here by Akil Hossain once again. No runs off the bat thus far, halfway through his first over. Hossain into Siloch once more. This time he is long forward. That ball just getting an inside edge onto the pad. Seven for one. We're into second over. Hossain into Siloch once more. This one shorter in length, and a brave leave alone there by Sean Siloch. Guess we could say excellent judgment on his part. Lights taking full effect here at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy in Tarouba. Akil Hossain twirls the ball from left to right, goes into his bowling stride, and Siloch is once again driving down to long on. The batsman eventually crossed for the single, so that first over from Akil Hossain just costing 1 run and accounting for the wicket of Kyle Hope. At the end of 2, Clarke Road are 8 for 1.
Michael, I must say Akil Hossain continues to do the wonderful job that his captain Justin Gillen will want him to do in this final. He's continued a good work. Another excellent over here by him, and Queen's Park really starting this final sharp here. As we can see, Terence Hines, it looks like he's going to continue the attack from the southern end. He bowled a decent first over, only conceded 7 runs. So you can see him, he'll operate to Sean Siloch with a man at slip. There's a backward point, a cover, a mid-off, a third man on the boundary. There is a mid-on, a short mid-wicket, a man at deep backward square, and a short fine leg. As we can see, Terence Hines now making another change to the field. The man at the backward square, he comes into the ring, and the man at short fine leg, he goes on to the boundary. His delivery there from Terence Hines, short wide delivery there. Siloch unable to get contact as it goes by, to be taken by the wicket keeper. So this goes to show Terence Hines. He's leading the wickets for Queen's Park here with 11. So the hard work he's been doing of late has really been paying off in the back end of the season. Since he's come back from injury, he's really put his hand up for this Queen's Park team in this T20 competition.
Yeah, I've definitely taken note of him as well, Keston, in the nets after training sessions. He's by himself doing additional work in the nets. So definitely bearing the fruits of his labor here today. Terence Hines operating with the solitary slip, running into Siloch. Siloch is again having now waft outside the off, someone again not making contact. Hines probably looking at the West Indies this morning with that short pitch bowling at Trent Bridge, Keston.
Yeah, as we can see, another good delivery there by Terence Hines, but Siloch doesn't seem to be picking up the line of the delivery. He was well away from that one. He attempted a pull shot, but he wasn't close to that one at all, as Terence Hines back to the top of his mark. He's now running in, passes the umpire. He's in to bowl to Siloch, and that one get in the inside half of the bat, and he's bowled. He's bowled. And a fantastic delivery there by Terence Hines. It seemed to be a slower delivery. Off cutter there from Hines. Siloch was too early into the shot. He got the inner half of the bat and onto his stumps. As we can see, Terence Hines, he now moves on to 12 wickets in this competition. It's the second wicket here for this Queen's Park team. And FCB Clarke Road are in further trouble at 8 for 2. We are inside the third over.
Well, Keston, those cricket enthusiasts looking on should really appreciate that wicket. The first 2 deliveries were shorter in length outside the off stump, pushing Sean Siloch back, and this one slower, fuller delivery coming into the batsman. Definitely a good setup here by Terence Hines, and really using the brain on his shoulders there to get that wicket of Sean Siloch.
Yeah, Terence Hines has really utilized his variations in this tournament, and he's a player who's been operating with a clear plan throughout this tournament. I must tell you that he has accounted for a 5-wicket haul in this tournament as well. So it really shows that he's been putting in the work, and he's been putting in some good planning when he's coming into these matches. And it's good to see he's reaping the rewards. As we can see, the new batsman to the crease, it's Yannick Otley.
Yeah, definitely showing having a good presence of mind there is Terence Hines. We all know that he's able to bowl quick, but that slower delivery, as we've seen in the recent past, Jasprit Bumrah and Lasif Malinga using it to good effect. And here we see Terence Hines with a similar action, slingy action, using it to good effect as well.
As we could see him now running in. Passes the umpire to bowl to Otley. This one outside the line of the off stump. There's a appeal by Bravo there. The umpire, Bassarat, it seemed like he wasn't having anything there. So it goes by to be taken by Nicholas Alex. It's another dot delivery. So a really good over as Terrence Hines is bowled 1.4 overs thus far. No middens and 1 for 7. So a good start to this final by Terrence Hines.
Yeah, definitely Queen's Park early into this match are well and truly ahead. Otley has a wealth of experience as well as he is attempting to clip this down the leg side. Doesn't make any contact. Wide signal by umpire. It seems to be Danny Shramdani. Oh no, that's Zayed Bassarat from the southern end. Hines just straying in line a bit, probably striving for a bit of extra pace, going further down the leg side. But as I was saying, Keston, this is a very experienced duo for Clarke Road as well, and they will probably want to bat deep into the innings, probably until the 15th over, and build a score.
You can see this delivery pitched up just on the line of the middle stump, defended nicely in front of him there, Yannick Otley. Yeah, these two are probably the most experienced batsmen in the lineup alongside Gregory Mahabir. So they will want Yannick Otley and Nicholas Subdu to spend as much time as possible in the crease. We could see in the semi-final game against it was Alliston Comets. They got off to a flyer, and in the middle overs they crumbled quite badly. So despite the poor start here by Clarke Road, they will need someone to put their hand up and bat right through the innings so they can get a good total. As we can see, this one pitched on the line of the leg stump, working to the onside. The man at short mid-wicket, Tian Webster, he does the fielding. It will complete Terrence Hines' second over. He's gone for 8 runs and has the wicket there of Sean Siloch. So at the end of 3 overs here in the Brian Lara Cricket Academy, it's 9 for 2. As Akilo Sign will continue from the northern end to Nicholas Subdu. The 2 men out is a man at deep mid-wicket and a man at long on. As Akilo Sign passes the umpire into bowl to Subdu. He's cutting it away. A fantastic diving stop there by the man at backward point. It seems to be Isaiah Raja there. He gets down wonderfully well and produced what was a fantastic stop.
Yeah, definitely a sight for sore eyes there. Can't tell you I've seen fielding from Raja like that for the entire season, but pulling out all the stops here is the Queen's Park unit for this final.
Yeah, they seem to be really pumped up for this final as Akilo Sign passes the umpire bowl, and this one he's hitting it over mid-off there and into the boundary for 4. So a good looking shot there by Nicholas Subdu. He held his shape nicely there and just lifted that one. A delivery pitched on the line of the off stump, lifted over the man at mid-off and into the boundary for 4.
Yeah, Hossain guilty of just giving Sukhdev a bit of room outside the off stump there, allowing him to free his arms, and an excellent shot completed there, just lofting it over the inner field and completing 4 runs. A welcome boundary this for Clarke Road.
Yeah, most definitely, as Akil Hossain back at the top of his mark. Let's see how he'll come back after being struck for that boundary as he passes the umpire into bowl to Sukhdev just on the line of the leg stump. It's a quick single there. The attempt of the run out there, it went to the man at fine leg. It seems to be Sunil Narang. He had a shy at the non-strikers end, well away from the stumps. In the end, Sukhdev was able to come through for that single. So the score now moves on to 14 for 2.
Yeah, Narang on that occasion having all 3 stumps to aim at, but unable to hit the woodwork there. 14 for 2. We're into the 4th over here on Clarke Road. Although they have lost 2 early wickets, they would still like to capitalize on these first 6 power play overs.
As we can see, a change in the field here for the right-handed Yannick Otley. There's a man at deep backward square and a man at it seems to be long on, as this delivery just on the line of the middle stump and worked right back to the bowler there by Yannick Otley. Akil sign operated with a man at slip. There's a backward point, a cover, a mid-off, a short fine leg, a short mid-wicket, a deep backward square, and a long on as he passes the umpire into bowl. And this one, a short delivery outside the line of the off-stump, cut away there by Utley, but some good work at cover point there by T.N. Webster to limit them to no run. So this Queen's Park fielding unit have looked sharp thus far in this final, Michael.
Yeah, although this is a final, I know a lot of players in the TKR setup will want to impress their captain, Dwayne Bravo, who is in slip looking on attentively.
Most definitely, as we can see, one of them now completing another over there, Akil Hossain. So he's been going really good here in this final thus far. He's bowled his second over, he's conceded only 6 runs and has the big wicket of Kyle Hope. So at the end of 4 overs here in the Briar Cricket Academy, the grand final of the TTCB T20 competition, Clarke Road, who've been sent in by Queen's Park, a 14 for 2. There is a change from the southern end. We can see Jonas Jagasa into the attack. Hasn't been having the best of games of late, but he'll want to come up trumps for his captain here in this final as he now runs into bowl to subducing this delivery. Just on the line of the off-stump, he getting an inside edge there, and there's an attempt of the run-out. A direct hit there by Terence Hines, and he goes. Nicholas Sukhdeo run out there by Terence Hines. A direct hit from short fine leg. So that's another breakthrough here for this Queen's Park team.
Yeah, excellent sharp fielding there by Terence Hines. He was alert to the fact that Sukhdeo Singh was a bit late taking off for that single and firing in the return to the non-strikers end and accounting for the wicket there single-handedly for Nicholas Sukhdeo Singh. So the excellent all-round game of Terence Hines definitely on showcase here again tonight.
Yeah, the Queen's Park unit are really pumped up and up to mark here for this final. They're not coming into this game lightly and giving Clarke Road a sniff at the moment. So it's another wicket down for Clarke Road. 3 experienced men back in the hut. It's Kyle Hope. He was bowled by Akil Hossain in his first over. Sean Siloch, he was bowled as well by Terence Hines. And now we can see Nicholas Sukhdeo Singh. He was run out by Terence Hines. And there is a new batsman at the crease. It's the captain, the skipper, Gregory Mahabir. Clarke Road at a spotter butter will be happy, to see none other than their skipper, Gregory Mahabir, come to the crease, a man with great experience.
Yeah, as I mentioned in the 50 over final, every time I see Gregory bats, he makes runs. Stylish left-hander. The batsman in completing that single crossed over, so it's going to be Yannick Otley on strike to face up to Jonas Jagasa. Jagasa a bit flat in his delivery there.
He's continuing the trend that he's gone with in the past 2 games, as we can see him on the top of his mark. Runs and passes the umpire to bowl to Yannick Otley, and this one beating him outside the line of the off-stump, attempting expansive drive there. Otley unable to get contact.
We also should make note of Nicholas Alexis behind the stumps. He isn't a first-string keeper by any means, but looks the part here tonight.
Yeah, he's done well thus far in this competition, and his confidence will be even higher because he's been scoring a lot of runs with the bat. So it will be helping out his wicket keeping as well, as Jagasa now bowls this one, a shortish delivery, pulled away there into the onside. The man at long on there, he does the fielding. So they'll get 1 run. The score moves on to 15 for 3.
Yeah, Otley off the mark with that push to long on there. He opens his account with that single. That brings the stylish Gregory Mahabir on strike. Jonas Jagasa operating a bit too flat for my liking here.
Yeah, as I said the other night, Jonas Jagasa needs to give the ball a little bit of air. Try to spin the ball and let's see what the pitch has to offer. He hasn't done that of late. He's been really quick with his deliveries, and he's been unable to get a bit of purchase from the surface.
Yeah, speaking about the surface, an excellent cricket wicket being prepared here tonight by the curator.
His delivery driven to the man at mid-off there. So no runs as we complete the 5th over here in the final of the TTCB T20 competition, FC Clarke Road, 15 for 3.
So it's going to be first change here from the media center end. Clarke coming into the attack. Had a off game yesterday with the ball, conceding 45 runs in his 4 overs. Pair into Otley. This is attempting to slash back, pass backward point there. Half stop done by Tion Webster, the batsman, cross for 1, and they are content with that. So starting on the short side here again is Clarke. Although conceding those 45 runs, he's still got 2 important scalps.
Yeah, not to forget, he was fantastic in the field as well. He completed 3 catches in that semi-final match, as he will now bowl to Gregory Mahabir. Not forgetting, he got him out in the 50 over final with a beauty of a delivery there. That one spun back in and hit the stumps of Gregory Mahabir. As we can see, Clarke into bowl to Mahabir. Short delivery pulled away. The man at deep mid wicket is attempting to get to that one, and he'll be unable to as it goes into the boundary for 4. So a bad start there by Clarke. 2 short deliveries, and this one on this occasion was put away nicely by the Clarke Road skipper.
Yeah, Mahabir seemed to have an eternity to rock back on his back foot and slash that, pull that past square leg. Justin Gillen with a valiant effort there, but unable to stop the ball from crashing into the brown jersey. This is driven through mid-off and cover, and finding the gap again is Mahabir, and I tell you, this guy really is stylish when he's on song.
Yeah, he's looking the part here tonight, Gregory Mahabir. He means business at the moment. So 2 lovely looking shots. The second one, the best of the lot, as he moves on to 8 now. The score is 24 for 3. Clarke will want to come back strong here. He's him at the top of his mark as he passes the umpire. He's in to bowl to Mahabir. This one, he's punching it nicely into the cover region. The man at mid-off runs around and does the feeling, Terence Hines, and they'll get through for a single.
Yeah, at the moment he's a bit all over the shop. That one, the first boundary conceded just a bit short, and the second one overcompensating, over pitching that one, allowing Mahabir to lean into that off drive. As we see Otley now to face the left arm orthodox of Clarke, as this is full down the leg side, and another ill-lined delivery by Clarke, and not the best of starts here again tonight in the final, Keston.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with Clarke at the moment. He's normally a dependable bowler you can go to at any point in the game and get him to deliver. But his first over, he's already conceded 14 runs and still 1 more delivery left.
Yeah, I remember doing a local game with the Queen's Park Cricket Club. Clarke bowling his allotment of 4 overs, conceded 0 runs. So he definitely is a skillful bowler. He'll want to, probably just go back to the basics.
Yeah, as we could see him at the top of his mark, he's now passing the umpire to bowl his final delivery, and this one just on the line of the middle stump. Working to the onside there by Yannick Otley to the man at long on, and they'll complete a single. It will be the end of the 6th over here and the end of the power play. FCB Clarke Road 30 for 3. As we can see, John Rush Jagasa to continue from the southern end as he runs in, passes the umpire and ball to Yannick Otley. That one pitched on the line of the leg stump. He's trying to work it into the onside, getting a leading edge to the man at backward point. In the end, Terence Hine fires in the return. The keeper, Alex, is unable to gather, and they go through for the overthrow.
Yeah, so this partnership beginning to build some momentum here for Clarke Road. Already 17 coming off just 12 deliveries. The pair of Otley and Mahabir. Otley on 8, Mahabir on 9. 31 for 3, Clarke Road. Jagasa is through and around to Gregory Mahabir, who is driving back up the pitch to John Rush Jagasa, who does the tidying up off his bowling.
Yeah, as we can see, a slip, the man at backward point. There's a sweep on the boundary, a short cover, a long off, a long on, a deep mid wicket, a deep backward square, and a man at short fine leg as this delivery there by John Rush Jagasa. It's a wide signal by the umpire.
Yeah, Jagasa guilty of just pushing that one a bit too wide of the designated guideline. Mahabir is driving straight back past the bowler. Long on, do well to cut this off. He eventually comes around, does the tidying up, and it's just one. So good out cricket being displayed here by Queen's Park again tonight.
Yeah, so good work there by the man at long on to get around quickly to limit them to 1 run. As we can see, Yannick Otley, he's back on strike. There's a man at slip, a backward point, a cover, a sweeper on the boundary, a long off, a long on, a deep mid wicket, a deep backward square, and a short fine leg. As this delivery just on the line of the off stump by John Rush Jagasa, defended nicely into the offside by Yannick Otley to the man at backward point. He does the work. No runs added to the total.
Well, Keston Clarke conceding 15 runs in his first over as this one is turned onto the onside by Otley, batsman cross. So one question for you. Seeing that he has struggled in the previous game and again here tonight, do you think Justin Gillen will bowl his entire allotment of 4 overs, seeing that he has so many options available?
Yeah, Clarke is a quality player, and I think I'll want to back my top player as much as possible. I don't think he'll have an over as bad as that one again in this final. As we can see this delivery, he pitched on the line of the off stump, driven there to the man at cover by Gregory Mahabir. No runs added to the total. So at the end of 7 overs here at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy, it's 34 for 3. As we can see, Clarke, he will continue from the northern end, operating there to Yannick Otley. There's a slip, a backward point, a sweeper on the boundary, a cover, a long off, a long on, a deep mid wicket, deep backward square, and a short fine leg. As this delivery pitched on the line of the middle stump, worked into the onside there by Otley, the man at the deep mid wicket boundary. He comes in and does the fielding, and 1 more run added to the total as the score moves on to 35 for 3. We're in the 8th over.
Pair into the left-handed Mahabir once more, pitching on off some. This one obviously clipped through the onside once more for a single. So the Park-eyed skipper Justin Gillen showing faith in his left-arm orthodox quality spinner, giving Pair another over to redeem himself. We still have the likes of Sunil Narayan to be featured with the ball. Dwayne Bravo is here as well. Not sure if he will be having a spell, and some medium plays from Tion Webster.
Yeah, so a lot of options here for Justin Gillen as Clarke passes the umpire balls to Yannick Otley. This one just on the line of the off stump. A foolish delivery driven to the man at long off there, and they'll get a single.
Yes, and it will be remiss of us to not forget Yannick Karaya in that bowling lineup as well. He really definitely does come trumps for us as well.
Yeah, I don't think they will use Karaya tonight. It's only if they have to make up overs from somewhere. And they have a lot of options as this delivery, shortish delivery there, pull there by, attempt of a pull there by Gregory Mahabir. In the end, he unable to get contact. It goes down the leg side. There's a wide sick by the umpire, but he's now changing his decision to a leg by. So the score now moves on to 38 for 3. 2 more deliveries left in the 8th over. As Clarke now at the top of his mark to bowl to Yannick Utley, passes the umpire in and bowls. He's attempting a sweep there, but there is the man at deep mid wicket. He will do the fielding cleanly, and in the end they will get 1 run. The score now moves on to 39 for 3.
Keston, it's a bit refreshing to see a regular sweep being attempted and played with such conviction as we saw Trevor Griffith yesterday attempting those reverse sweeps and getting it off almost 100% of the times he attempted them.
This delivery there from Clarke just on the line of the leg stump, worked into the onside to the man at short mid wicket and no runs. Yeah, Trevor Griffith, he was exceptional last night. I think every attempt of the reverse sweep, he got great connection to it and was rewarded with a boundary. As we could see that complete Clarke's second over. He's gone for 19, yet to get a wicket. The score here in the final of the TTCB T20 competition is 39 for 3 after 8 overs. As we can see, John Rush Jarasa, he'll continue the bowling from the southern end to Yannick Utley. He runs in now, passes the umpire just on the line of the leg stump, worked into the onside. The John Rush Jarasa himself, he runs after the ball and does the fielding, so in the end, they'll get a single. So a much better outing here tonight from John Rush Jarasa, Michael. He still hasn't slowed down the pace that we would have wanted to see, but in the end, he's going at a good economy rate here tonight.
Yeah, just conceding 6 runs and he's already into his third over here as Mahabir is driving back along the pitch. Actually had a word with him yesterday on the pace of those deliveries he was bowling, and his response was he's operating in the power play over, so he doesn't want to give the ball too much of flight as he is true in around 2. Mahabir, and again a fast delivery, and this is slashed away past point, unable to be stopped there by Yannick Karaya, and the batsman crossover for 1. So he's the guy in the middle there. He'll be backing his ability and what deliveries work for him.
Yeah, as we can see, the score now moves on to 41 for 3. John Rasdara size bowled 2.3 overs, no maidens, none for 7. Runs in and passes the umpire there. Attempt of a flick there from Yannick Utley to the onside there, leading edge, and it goes to the man at long off there. He runs in and does the fielding. They'll get 1 run. The score now moves on to 42 for 3. As Gregory Mahabir is on strike, there's a man at short third man, a backward point, a sweeper on the boundary, a cover, a long off, a long on, a deep mid wicket, a deep backward square, and a short fine leg. As this delivery pitch outside the line of the off stump and driven there by Mahabir straight to the man at short cover. He's unable to get a run, so the score will remain on 42 for 3. A shortish delivery there by John Rush Jarasa, pulled away by Gregory Mahabir straight to the man at deep backward square, and he'll only get a run. So at the end of 9 overs here, it's 43 for 3. Clarke to continue as he runs in now, passes the umpire. There's a shortish delivery pull to the man at the long on there, and Gregory Mahabir will get another run. He moves on now to 14. With him is Yannick Utley. He's on 14 as well. So good faith being shown here by Justin Gillen. He's keeping Clarke in the attack here, and let's see if he will bring a wicket for his skipper. As Clarke now runs in, passes the umpire into bowl to Utley, and this one there he's driving it back along the pitch. Gregory Mahabir, he gets in the way of Clarke, but in the end it doesn't prevent them from not getting the single, as the score remains on 44 for 3.
Well, Keston, where into the 10th over of this innings, and we've only seen 4 boundaries being struck by this Clarke Road unit. They'll want to take the initiative to get a bit more aggressive here, but hats off to the Queen's Park bowling outfit thus far, not serving up a lot of those loose deliveries.
Yeah, the Queen's Park team has really been sharp here tonight in this final, as we mentioned earlier, as this delivery, a shortish delivery, punched into the offside by Yannick Utley to the man at undercover boundary. He does the fielding cleanly, and they'll get a single. Score now moves on to 45 for 3. Queen's Park have done excellently well to keep this Clarke Road team to only a run rate of 4.66 per over. You can see this one there from Clarke, worked into the onside to the man at short mid wicket. Dwayne Bravo, he's there, he does the fielding, and no runs added to the total. Another delivery just on the line of the off stump, punch back to Clarke. He does the fielding of his bowling, so no runs again added to the total. So at the end of 10 overs here, it's 45 for 3.
Yeah, Clarke conceding 15 runs in his first over. His next 2 just giving up 6 runs. So really shows the quality of the bloke. Although leaking those 3 boundary balls in his first over, coming back strongly here, his pair.
He's a quality player and a West Indies player as well. So he will have a lot of experience under his belt. So and as I told you earlier on, I think Justin Gillen will always back his top bowler to produce the goods for him, as we can see Jonas Jagasa to continue. He'll bowl his final over here. He's only gone for 9 runs in 3 overs, yet to get a wicket, but he's been economically well thus far.
Yeah, so pressure building on both ends here now for Clarke Road. They will want to maximize these last 10 overs, as this one is again clipped on the onside. Long on comes around and does the cleaning up. So the pair of Utley and Mahabir definitely seem to have a clear plan. They will want to not take too much risk, but I think with 7 wickets left in the Hutch Keston, it may be time for them to go soon.
Yeah, probably. They should be trying to be a little more aggressive, but I think the first thing they should be doing is trying to be a little more aggressive between the wickets with the running. We could see the last delivery there, it was worked into the onside, and Yannick Utley, he was just more or less ambling through for the single as that delivery pitched up on the line of the middle stump, driven over the head of John Raj Jagasa, close to the boundary there. The man at long on, he ran across, and they only got 2 runs in the end, as John Raj Jagasa now runs in, passes the umpire, and this one, Gregory Mahabir, is hitting to the man at long on there, and they will run through for a single. So yeah, as I was saying, these two, they need to be a little more positive with the running. They need to push those Queen's Park fielders, allow them to make that mistake, put some pressure on them, and they aren't doing that at the moment. They're allowing them to just pick up the ball quite easily, because they are not putting any pressure on them, as this delivery from John Raj Jagasa, it's been swept away there by Yannick Utley, and it goes over the rope
for 6 more.
Yeah, so a good looking shot there by Yannick Utley. It burst through the man's hands there at the backward square and over the rope for 6 runs.
And as we were speaking of being a bit more aggressive, we see good positive intent here by Yannick Utley. Slog sweeping that one over the mid-wicket region, and I think Yannick Karaya, the fieldsman stationed out there, he will be disappointed with that effort. He settled under the catch easily, but at the end the ball just popping out of his hands straight over the boundary, as this is Jagasa once more to Utley. The ball squirted out to point. Terence Hines does the fielding. Seeing the run out he effected earlier, I don't think the batsmen are going to chance his arm here tonight.
I'm supposed to have that. I was calling to tell you I can't come.
This one driven all along the carpet, the green carpet that is, too long on. Utley looking a bit ominous here. He moves on to 23, and we have 11 overs completed here. The Clarke Road outfit are 56 for 3.
As we can see a change from the northern end, it's Dwayne Bravo. He's into the attack. He have a short turn man, a man at backward square, a sweep on the boundary, a short cover, a long off, a long on, a deep mid wicket, a deep backward square, and a short fine leg as Bravo now runs in. Passes the umpire, he's into bowl to Otley. This one, a short delivery outside the line of the off stump, cut away to the man on the sweeper boundary, and they'll go through for a single.
Yeah, the introduction of Bravo into the attack has brought life to the crowd here tonight. Some southern spectators expecting some boundaries to reign here.
As Bravo now to bowl to Gregory Mahabir, the man at long off will come into the ring. The third man goes back to the boundary. There's a backward point, a short cover, a sweep on the boundary, a long on, a deep backward square, a short mid wicket, and a fine leg on the boundary. As Bravo runs into bowl to Mahabir, this one beating him outside the line of the off stump as he attempts the drive, taken cleanly by Nicholas Alexis, the keeper, who's been exceptional throughout this T20 tournament. As Darren Bravo now runs in, passes the Dwayne Bravo, sorry, and this one is a delivery down leg side, pull to the man at deep backward square. They go through for another single.
Not sure if Darren got a flight back from England that quickly, Keston, but it's Dwayne we see operating here. Darren, I can tell you, has bowled in a test match, however. Dwayne Bravo just ambling up to his run-up. Nicholas Alexis. So it's Otley to face up to Bravo. Slow delivery attempted there. This one just clipped again too long on. So we saw a good positive intent in the previous over from the batsmen, but they seem to have gone back into their shells now.
And they probably won't want Dwayne Bravo to get their wicket. As we can see another change in the field. Gregory Mahabir is on strike. The man at fine leg on the boundary, he seems to be coming into the ring. And the man at mid-off, he goes back to the boundary. So the men out are long off, sweeper on the boundary, a long on, a deep backward square, and a third man on the boundary as Bravo now runs in. Passes the umpire now, and this delivery on the line of the off stump. Gregory Mahabir there getting inner half of the bat, and it goes to the man at short fine leg who does the fielding. Has a shy of the stumps as well, and unable to hit, but Gregory Mahabir was well in his crease. As Dwayne Bravo now runs in, passes the umpire, and this delivery just on the line of the off stump. A lovely looking shot there by Mahabir, but it's straight to the man at long off, and they'll get through for another single. So at the end of 12 overs here, Clarke Road are 60 for 3. As we can see, things getting even harder here for this Clarke Road team. It's Sunil Narayan to operate from the southern end.
Yeah, so the IPL duo, KKR on one end and Chennai on the other here for Queen's Park. Clarke Road 60 for 3 with just 8 overs remaining in their 20 over allotment as Narayan is over the wicket to Mahabir, and this is driving gloriously up and over cover and going into the boundary now by Gregory Mahabir. Welcome boundary this by the Clarke Road unit. Mahabir on 23. He is of 25 deliveries. Yannick Otley 25 from 29. So both batsmen with a strike rate less than 100 here, Keston.
Yeah, so they need to to get the ante on here, as this one pitched on the line of the off stump and driven into the offside by Mahabir to the man on the sweeper boundary, and they'll complete the single.
So it's Narayan here again to Utley. Utley attempting that productive slug sweep, and again it's giving him just rewards for more. So Sunil Narayan being roughed up here in his first over, already conceding 2 boundaries in just 3 deliveries that he's bowled. 69 for 3 here, Clarke Road, with some welcome boundaries here. So Keston, maybe they may be looking to up the ante against Sunil Narayan.
Is this delivery just on the line of the middle stump here in the end? Utley opening the face a bit, and it goes to the man at short, third man, and they will get a single.
Yeah, so third man being a bit fine there. That one peeling off the face of the bat of Yannick Utley. This one a dot delivery there by Narayan. Want to say good night to all those looking on the stream via YouTube. Thanks for your comments. So we see Joshua Ramdu looking on again tonight. Keston, Christian and Nansen as well. So good night to everyone looking on to the stream. Just want to remind you guys to like and subscribe, please.
As we can see, Sunil Narayan runs in, passes the umpire just on the line of the leg stump, this delivery, and worked nicely into the onside by Mahabir, and he'll get another single.
So that's the end of the 13th over. Clarke Road now 71 for 3. This pair of Utley and Mahabir building a sizable partnership here, 57 runs. Taking a bit of time to rebuild the innings, but I think now definitely is the time, with 7 overs left in the innings, for them to definitely start swinging towards the boundaries. So it's Dwayne Bravo to start his second over of his spell, conceding just 4 in the first, as Mahabir is punching 2 point. Gillen firing the... no. Shadowing to fire the return. The ball just thrown back to Bravo now. 71 for 3 into the 14th over. Bravo ambling in. Another slow delivery attempted. This one on the line of the pads of Mahabir. He clipped it down the leg side. 2 fine leg. Batsman cross for 1. Bravo usually very accurate with those slow deliveries. That one, I think the off cutter just dipping in front of the batsman on his toes.
You see a short third man, a backward point, a sweeper, short cover, a long off, a long on, a deep mid wicket, a deep backward square, and a man at short fine leg, as Dwayne Bravo now runs in, passes the umpire, and this delivery is nicely past Dwayne Bravo here, and it will go into the boundary for 4. So a good-looking shot there by Yannick Utley. It was another slow ball by Bravo. He overpitched on this occasion, and Utley made no mistake. He gets another boundary, and the score now moves on to 76 for 3. We are in the 14th over.
Yeah, good looking shot there by Yannick Utley. He moves on to 34 from just 32 deliveries, so slowly but surely increasing his strike rate. Bravo running into Utley once more. This one shorter in length, clipped onto the onside, and again we see the batsman content with just one run taken there. They really aren't taking the initiative and running the first one hard. Keston?
Yeah, I said that earlier. They are not pushing the fielders. They're making it easy work for the men on the boundary. They're just ambling to the ball and actually just picking it up without any problems. As we could
definitely need to raise the intensity here with the running between the wickets. Clarke Road, as we see Bravo switches to around the wicket for the left hand, and this is driven straight to the man at cover. Clarke definitely don't want to chance his arm.
Yeah, quite an exceptional fielder is Clarke.
So Gregory Mahabir with the likes of Clayvon Tallawahs still in the hut. I know young Tariq Mohammed hits the ball nicely as well.
You can see Bravo now runs in, passes the umpire, another slow delivery on the line of the leg stump, and it's driven nicely to the man there at long on. Akil Hossain, he does the fielding. So it's the end of the 14th over here at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy in this TTCB T20 Festival final. Clarke Road have been sent in by Queen's Park to have first strike in this final, 78 for 3.
And it's St. Laurent to start here from the sweets end, and he is greeted with a pull 2 long on. And again, the batsman just ambled through for that single, really not pressuring the field. So that may be one facet, of the game Clarke Road would want to improve in these final 6 overs of their batting innings. Narayan just making a few minor adjustments to the field for the right-handed Utley, who is 35 knots out. This one a shortish delivery, getting a bit of extra bounce there. Yannick just rocking back on his back foot and punching it to the skipper at long on. So it's 80 for 3 here at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy. Queen's Park winning the toss and deciding to bowl in this final. And this one a bit shorter in length. This cannot beat the field. There is Gregory Mahabir. Halfway through the 15th over, Kyle Hope was bowled by Akil Hossain for 6 runs. Nicholas Sukhdeo Singh expertly run out by Terence Hines. He made 6 as well. And Sean Sealoch bowled neck and crock with a slow delivery by Terence Hines. And again, Gregory Mahabir punching to the man at short cover, unable to find the gap. So it's 4 legal deliveries bowled here in the 15th over. Clarke Road 80 for 3. Narayan running in and passes the umpire. This one a bit quicker in pace, but wide signal by umpire Zayed Basarat. Mahabir 28 from 35 deliveries, so he definitely needs to get a move on here. Narayan passes the umpire once more. This one, the off break spinning across the bat of Mahabir. He opens the face and runs it down to short. Third man, no run. So final delivery left here in the 15th over. Narayan into Mahabir, and Mahabir is slashing once more, but Bravo does the tidying up there at points on 81 for 3. Narayan has completed 2 overs for 14 runs. Clarke Road with a 4th wicket partnership thus far of 67 runs. Definitely needs to get a move on.
Yeah, they need to get a move on. 15 overs already going in this final. And if Clarke Road don't attempt to show a bit of aggression here, this game is going to go further away from them, and they will get a really small total here in this final. And what seems to be a really good pitch. I haven't seen any ball spin or anything like that so far in this final, Michael. So it's a really good pitch here at the moment. So this Clarke Road team will want to capitalize on that good surface. As we can see, Akil Hossain, he comes into the attack to replace Dwayne Bravo. First delivery, a shortish ball to Yannick Otley, and he pulled it away to the man at deep mid-wicket, and they went through for another single. As we can see, Gregory Mahabir, he's on strike with a man at short third man, a backward point, a cover, a sweep on the boundary. There's a long off, a long on, a deep mid-wicket and a deep backward square with Sunil Narine stationed at short fine leg. As Akil Hossain now runs in, passes the umpire. He's in to bowl to Mahabir. A short delivery, pull out to the man at deep mid-wicket, and he does the tidying up there. They'll come through for a single. As Akil Hossain now, he passes the umpire into bowl to Otley. A shortish delivery, and he made no mistake with this one. It's another maximum here by Yannick Otley. It goes all the way into the stand. So a bad delivery there by Akil Hossain. A bit too short on this occasion, and Yannick Otley really taking advantage of that short delivery and dispatching it straight into the stands. The score now moves on to 89 for 3.
Yeah, we've had to wait 16 overs to see just the second maximum of this innings, but it was definitely a treat. Yannick Otley rocking back onto his back foot, judging that length very quickly and depositing it over mid-wicket. And that one keeping a bit low there by Hossain, and unlucky. There is Yannick Otley. He has to depart for 43. A decent knock by him, and Queen's Park get their fourth wicket, breaking that 75-run partnership between Otley and Mahabir.
Yeah, an unfortunate way to go there by Yannick Otley. That one kept a bit low on that occasion. He was struck right in front. The umpire made no mistake. He raised the finger, and Yannick Otley had to go. He made 43 in this final. So, Michael, I was just saying that it seems to be a fantastic pitch here. And as we can see, one kept really low, and that accounted for the wicket of Yannick Otley.
Yeah, so definitely we see here tonight the commentators' curse not only affecting the players, but also the pitch, Keston. That's some talent.
As we can see, the new man to the crease is Cleavon Callawahs. I think his approach will be to attack now Akil Hossain. They have Gregory Mahabir. He's on 29. He's the set batsman and the skipper of the team. So I would like to think Callawahs will come and play a lot of shots here, as Akil Hossain at the top of his mark to bowl to him. He runs in now, passes the umpire, and this delivery just on the line of the middle stump, defended in front of Callawahs. It trickles into the offside there. And Akil Hossain does the feeling of his own bowling. You see Akil Hossain to complete his third over here at this delivery, staying a bit low again beating Tallawahs. And they're outside the line of the off stump. He was attempting to cut it. It was a short delivery, but it stayed a bit low there. But a good take by Nicholas Alexis. It completes Akil Hossain. Third over here. He's only conceded 14 runs for his 2 wickets. Thus far, his 16 overs here gone at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy in the TTCB T20 final here. It's Clarke Road who have taken first strike in this encounter. They are 89 for 4 after 16 overs.
Yeah, so Akil Hossain, after conceding that maximum, coming back well, accounting for the wicket of Yannick Otley. I know he will be disappointed with that dismissal. He had occupied the crease with some 37 deliveries, amassed 43 runs. He would have wanted to push on here in the back end of the innings, as we see Terrence Hines replacing the spin king, Sunil Narayan.
Yeah, looking back on that replay there, we could see that one to Otley. It was clearly missing the stumps there. So the first bad decision I could say that we've seen in this final as far as Terrence Hines. Now, he runs in, passes the umpire, and this delivery on the line of the off stump, it seemed like it was a slow delivery. Mahab attempting to drive it through the offside. He got the inner half and it went to the onside there. The man at the mid-wicket, he had to run in and do the fielding. In the end, they scampered through for 2 runs. Mahabir now moves on to 31 and they scored 91 for 4. We are in the 17th over.
Yeah, so immediately we see with the new batsman Tallawahs at the crease, good aggressive intent shown with the running. Gregory Mahabir crossing over for that double. That gets done only the second double of his innings.
Yeah, so he hasn't been running much, Mahabir, as Terrence Hines back to the top of his mark. He'll be looking to break this partnership already as he runs in now. It's delivery well wide outside the off stump, and a signal there by umpire Bassarat. Another good delivery there by Terrence Hines.
Yeah, striving for a bit of extra pace there was Hines. Just a bit too wide of the guideline there provided for the umpires.
And this a slow short delivery there, pulled away by it seems to be Gregory Mahabir. The man at deep backward square runs around and does the fielding, and they'll only get 1 run. Must say pleasant good night to Andy Alexander and Anthony Alexander, who have just joined us on the live stream. I will ask you to like and subscribe to the page. So you can see Terrence Hines back to the top of his mark to bowl his 3rd delivery.
Yeah, Andy, the curator at the Queen's Park Oval for this Premiership season, he has done an excellent job together with his crew. Excellent cricket strips prepared at the Oval. That's why Queen's Park stays so dominant at home.
Terrence Hines now, this delivery pitched up there and driven straight over the head there of the bowler. It will fall just in front of the boundary, and they will complete 2 runs. So a good looking shot by Tallawahs. It seemed like it was another slower delivery, so he was unable to get proper contact on that one. In the end, it falls safely over the head of Kari Pierre. He was at the mid-off, and in the end they were able to scamper through for 2 runs.
Yeah, Tallawahs definitely deceived there with that slow delivery by Hines, and we mentioned it yesterday, Terrence Hines works a lot on these slow deliveries in the nets. Tallawahs tapping away, awaits Hines, who is in now, and this is a faster delivery driven all the way down to long on. 96 now for 4 brings Mahabir back on strike, who is the set batsman. So Tallawahs doing a decent job here thus far for this Clarke Road unit. Hines, 2 balls remaining in his 3rd over, just conceding 15 runs thus far. Around the wicket to Gregory Mahabir, and this time he is splicing the ball straight to point. Another dot delivery there by Terrence Hines.
Terrence Hines operating to Mahabir with a man on the 3rd man boundary. There's a backward point There is a man on the sweeper boundary, a short cover, a mid-off, a long on, a deep mid-wicket, a deep backward square, and a short fine leg as Terence Hine runs in. It's a shortish delivery there. Mahabir attempting the pull, getting the top edge. It will go over the keeper head and into the boundary for 4. So a good looking over thus far here from this FCB Clarke Road team. So it will now complete 17 overs here in the final of the TTCB T20 competition. Clarke Road, who've been sent in by this Queen's Park team, 100 for 4.
Yeah, definitely an unfair game for bowlers. Terence Hines running in aggressively, really bending his back with that delivery, getting that one to hurry on to Gregory Mahabir. Mahabir a bit late on the shot, eventually getting that top edge and the ball running to the boundary.
As we can see, it looks like Dwayne Bravo. He will come back into the attack. Still waiting to see the decision here by Justin Gillen. He's throwing the ball back to Akil Hossain. Sure what's going on there at the moment.
Well, I could tell you, Dwayne Bravo wants to bowl his allotment of 4 overs. So he's bringing himself back on here to bowl from the media center end, motioning to Akil Hossain that he will finish from the southern end as he running in and bowl to Tallawahs now. This one, full delivery on the bat of Tallawahs, who drives it down to long on, and the batsman cross the one. So I guess it's good to see Dwayne Bravo wanting, still showing that hunger to, bowl his allotment of 4 overs here in this final.
Yeah, that's typical Dwayne Bravo. He always wants to be in the action. As we can see a change in the field here to the left-handed Gregory Mahabir. The man at the third man boundary, he comes into the ring. There is a point on the boundary, a sweeper, a long off, a short cover, a long on, a short mid-wicket, a short fine leg, and a man at deep backward square as Dwayne Bravo now at the top of his mark. He's running in and passes the umpire into bowl to Mahabir. Slow delivery just on the line of the off stump. Mahabir hitting it in the air. It will fall well in front of the man at a long off, and they'll go through for a single. The score now moves on to 102 for 4. Mahabir, he's on 37, and with him, Tallawahs, he's on 4.
Yeah, so I guess when the big dogs come in, Akil Hossain bowling 3 overs, just conceding 14 runs, getting 2 wickets from one end. Dwayne Bravo says, youngster, you're going to have to complete a spell from the other end.
As Bravo now runs into bowl to Tallawahs, delivery pitched up on the line of the off stump. It was a slow delivery there. Tallawahs was unable to get proper contact in the end. It spliced over the man at backward point, and they will go through for another single. Clarke, it seemed like, was the man there at backward point. Who does the fielding? In Bravo, who has bowled 2.3 overs, no maiden, none for 14 here to continue. 3 deliveries left in his third over as he runs in now. Passes the umpire into bowl to Mahabir. Slow delivery on the line of the off stump. The man at cover, Clarke, he runs around and puts in a slide and only limits them to 1 run. So good work there by Clarke in the field. Dwayne Bravo so far has produced what is a good over. He's only conceded, Michael,
just 4 runs in this over being conceded into the 18th over. So Dwayne Bravo really bringing the goods here for the Queen's Park outfit. Shows a desire to play with this team every time he's in the country and available, as this one goes straight through Tallawahs. So it's good to see the international pros still having that hunger and desire to represent their local team.
Yeah, as we can see, that delivery there, it was a quicker delivery. It was beating Tallawahs on the inside edge there. He was unable to get contact and taken by Nicholas Alexis, the wicketkeeper tonight. As Dwayne Bravo now, he runs in, passes the umpire to bowl to Tallawahs, and this delivery on the line of the leg stump. It's worked into the onside. It will go into the mid-wicket boundary for 4. So a badly lined last delivery there by Dwayne Bravo. He'll be disappointed with that one. The score now moves on to 108 for 4 after 18 overs. Mahabir is on 38, and with him Tallawahs, he's on 9. So 2 more overs left in this final at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy. As we can see, Terence Hines to continue this delivery just on the line of the off stump, driven to the man at a short cover. No runs added to the total. The score now 108 for 4. Tallawahs is on 9. Mahabir is on 38. Terence Hines, he's continuing the attack from the southern end as he now runs into bowl to Mahabir. Just on the line of the leg step, worked away past the man at short, finally the deep backward square. He runs around and does the feeling. They will complete 2 runs here. So Mahabir, he now moves on to 40. The score is 110 for 4. 2 deliveries gone in the 18th over. Terence Hines, he's bowled 3.2 overs, no maidens, 1 for 21. So another good outing so far from the young fast bowler. As this delivery here from Mahabir, he's working it into the onside there. Some good feeling by Carey Pierre at long on, but he's unable to prevent them from going through for 2 more runs. So Mahabir, he goes on to 42 now. The score 112 for 4.
Yeah, Mahabir on 42, but it has come off 47 deliveries. Remember, he did come to the crease when there were 3 quick wickets down for the Clarke Road unit, so there needed to be a rebuilding process done, and so it was done by Otley and Mahabir. 42 not out. Hines into Mahabir. Once more, this one wide of the off stump, opening the face. There is Gregory Mahabir, and showing that he also has a finesse game to add to his power game. That one goes into the boundary. Now Hines, again a bit guilty, striving for that extra pace, allowing Mahabir to free his arms there. Mahabir just using the bit of extra pace supplied by Hines there, and the ball running to the boundary quickly.
Yeah, Mahabir, he just can't stop scoring runs. Every time I see this man bat, he seems to want to score a big total. He's already on 46 here with 2 deliveries left in the 19 overs. Terence Hines runs in, now passes. The umpire on this one is pulled away to the man at deep mid wicket here. It goes over his head here. Justin Gillen, the skipper, he made a terrible mistake here with that one, and it is 4 runs in the end. So what a mistake there by Justin Gillen. It brings up the 50 there for Gregory Mahabir. So must say a captain's knock by the experienced batsman.
Yeah, Keston, with those back-to-back boundaries, Gregory Mahabir is now scoring at better than a runner ball. So really a classy individual is Gregory Mahabir, and a bit of poor judgment on the mid-wicket boundary by Justin Gillen, running into the ball and then trying to get back. At the end, the ball dropping just inside the rope and trickling into the boundary for 4. Terence Hines will definitely not be amused with that bit of feeling as he completes his spell here with a single to cover, and still a good spell being served up here by Terence Hines, conceding just 32 runs in his 4 overs, and you have to remember that he would have operated in the power play as well as the back end of this innings. So really good stuff here by Terence Hines, the all-round Queen's Park all-rounder.
Yeah, and he's the leading wicket taker for this Queen's Park team in this T20 tournament. I think it's 12 wickets he has at the moment. So good showing yet again by Terrence Hines.
Probably would have been 13 if Justin Gillen would have judged that catch a bit better, but still a really good season by Terrence Hines in this T20 Festival 2019.
As we can see, Dwayne Bravo. I think I have something with Darren Bravo. I keep calling his name a lot here tonight as Dwayne Bravo to finish the innings here from the northern end as he runs in now. Passes the umpire to bowl to Mahabir. A slow delivery here. He's hitting it up into the air. The man at cover, Clarke here, yet again makes no mistake with this one. So Mahabir has to go. He goes for 51. It's 121 for 5. And the first delivery in the final over, it brings a wicket for Dwayne Bravo.
Yeah, we're going to see a situation where Akil Hossain is unable to complete his 4 overs. Not sure how happy he'll be with that, Keston.
I think Akil Hossain probably will be studying the team, so at the end of the day, whoever steps up to do the job for the team, he'll be happy as long as they do it to the best of their ability. As we can see, Dujon Charles is the new batsman. He'll be coming to the crease with 5 deliveries left in the innings. So it's 121 for 5. Michael, well below par total in this final. FCB Clarke would have wanted probably a score around 150, 160 to have a chance in this game.
Yeah, we see just 5 legal deliveries left and only 5 wickets down here for Clarke. I think the duo of Otley and Mahabir, although they were rebuilding, I think they were guilty of being a bit too slow. The running between the wickets, it left a lot to be desired as well.
Could it be a case of runs on the board in a final is important? I still think this total is a really small, is a below par total as Dwayne Bravo now runs in. Passes the umpire to bowl to Tallawahs, and this one hitting it straight back at the bowler there. Bravo unable to get contact. It goes over his head to the man at long off, Tion Webster. He does the cleaning up and they'll go through for a single.
Excited to see Tion Webster with the bat tonight. Keston?
Yeah, Tion Webster, he's been consistent this season. He hasn't carried on and got the big score that we would have wanted of late, but he can be a really dangerous player in this T20 competition at the top of the order. As Bravo now to bowl to it's Dijon Charles. To face his first delivery, he runs in, passes the umpire, and this one just on the line of the leg stump, Dijon Charles. All he can do there is defend that one in front of him, and Dwayne Bravo, he does the fielding. Operating to Charles with a man at short third man. There's a short cover, a point on the boundary, sweep on the boundary, a long off, a long on, a deep mid wicket, a short square leg and a short fine leg.
Yeah, Bravo notorious for those slow deliveries. That one again, the off cutter slowly spinning and gripping in the wicket and just dipping before the batsman. So well watched there by Charles, but with 3 deliveries left in the innings, he'll be better suited swinging for the hills as this one is driven past the short cover fieldsman, and as I said that, he accounts for the boundary, opens his account, 126 for 5 Clarke Road. Yeah. Making a late surge here is Keston.
Yeah, textbook cover drive there by Dijon Charles. He's a talented young cricketer and it's nice to see him still playing a proper shot in this stage of the game. He just advanced on the front foot there and drove that one nicely past the man at short cover, Clarke. It even beat the man on the long off boundary. It was Terrence Hines and into the boundary for 4 more runs. So it's 126 for 5. 2 deliveries left in this 20th over here as Dwayne Bravo now at the top of his mark. He runs in, passes umpire and bowls, and Dujon Charles advancing here and driving it again past the man at cover. Terrence Hines at long off. He runs around on this occasion and is able to prevent the ball from going into the boundary, and they'll complete 2 more runs. So 1 delivery left in this first innings. Michael, 128 for 5. Easy total, you think, for Queen's Park?
Well, as I said before, cricket is a game of glorious uncertainties, and you never know. Clarke Road could come out very inspired in the second half, but it will require something very special to limit the Queen's Park outfit, who is packed with talent, to prevent them from getting to this total here tonight.
As we can see, Dwayne Bravo to bowl a final delivery here in the 20th over as he runs in now, passes the umpire to Dujon Charles, and this one coming off the pad there, and Bravo having a shot at his stump, unable to hit, and in the end they go through for the overthrow. They'll complete, it seems to be runs no signal from the umpire, so it will be 2 runs to Dujon Charles. So at the end of 20 overs here, FCB Clarke Road, who have been sent in by Queen's Park, have only accumulated 130 for 5. As we go through the scorecard here, Kyle Hope, he was bowled by Akil Hossain for 6. Nicholas Sukdusing, he was brilliantly run out by Terence Hines. Sean Siloch, yet again, bowled brilliantly from a slow delivery there from Terence Hines. He went for 1. Yannick Utley, he was LBW, a bit probably disappointed with that decision. That ball clearly going down the leg side. He was LBW to Akil Hossain for 43. The skipper, Gregory Mahabia, who we saw departed in the 19th over, he went bowled by Bravo Court Carripier, in the 20th over for 51. And Cleveland Kalawani, he was not out on 10 with Dujon Charles on 8. For the Queen's Park bowling unit, Terence Hines, he bowled his 4 overs, no maidens, 1 for 32 at the economy rate of 8 runs per over. So not a bad outing there from Terence Hines. Akil Hossain, 3 overs, no maidens, 2 for 14 with an economy rate of 4.67 runs per over. John Rush Jarasa, he bowled 4 overs, no maidens, none for 20, economy rate of 5 runs per over. Carrie Pierre, he was good tonight as well, 3 overs, no maidens, none for 21, economy rate of 7. Dwayne Bravo, he bowled his 4 overs, no maidens, 1 for 28. He went for 7 as well, economy rate. And Sunil Narang, he bowled his 2 overs, no maidens, none for 14. He also had an economy rate of 7 runs. So in the final here at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy, Queen's Park, who sending FCB Clarke Road to have first strike, in the end, at the end of 20 overs, they are 130 for 5. So Queen's Park, when they come to have second strike in this game, they will require 131 to win from the 20 overs. Join us in a short while for that run chase. As we get set here for the second half of this final, it's Justin Gillen to take first strike here. He has Tian Webster alongside him, and it seems like it's the left arm spin of Akil Mullen to start the attack from the northern end.
Yeah, so two left arm orthodox to start the proceedings. We saw Akil Hossain for the Queen's Park outfit, and now Akil Mullen for Clarke Road. Akil Mullen, I can tell you, is a very miserly spinner. He doesn't bowl too many loose deliveries. He was excellent in the 50 over final as well for Clarke Road. We'll wait to see how he will operate here. Gillen, who is left-handed, he won't mind the ball spinning back into his pads.
So we can see Mullen to bowl to Justin Gillen. There's a man at slip, a backward point, a cover, a short cover, mid-off, a long on, a deep mid-wicket, a man at short square leg and fine leg. This first delivery there to Justin Gillen, just on the line of the leg stump. It's worked back to the bowler and no runs to the total.
Yeah, so Mullen immediately on the money here for this Clarke Road unit. They'll have to have something special to prevent Queen's Park from getting to this 131 runs, as the Queen's Park innings is off and running with Gillen clipping that one to the fieldsman stationed at deep mid wicket. It seems to be Samuel Rupnarine. We'll see him featuring later on with the ball. He bowls some very flat off breaks as well. As we see the field switching over now for the right-handed Webster. We'll wait to see if he'll give himself an opportunity here to get himself in.
So changing the field here as there's a man at short third man, a backward point, an extra cover, a short cover, a mid-off, a long off, a mid-on, a man at, it seems to be a corner position there, a short square leg and a short fine leg, as Mullen now passes the umpire into bowl to Tian Webster. This delivery just on the line of the off stump. It's driven nicely to the man there at long off, and Tian Webster, he gets his account off and running. The score is now 2 without loss. 3 deliveries gone in the first over.
Yeah, so Webster playing with a nice straight bat there, getting off the mark immediately, and it's amazing that we've been seeing Tian Webster has been getting starts but not pushing on, but already he is the top run getter for Queen's Park with 196 runs in just 6 innings. Excellent work done there by Akil Mullen, preventing the single. So he's excellent off his own bowling, and every time there's an opportunity for a return catch, almost 99% he completes that catch. So these left-arm orthodox bowlers really good off their own bowling. We saw Kari Pair earlier, and Akil Mullen, as this one is Gillen rocking back on his back foot, punching it straight down the ground to that fieldsman there at long on, who seems to be getting a lot of work already in this first over. Queen's Park 3 without loss, and Mullen doing the job here for Clarke Road thus far.
Yeah, he goes about his job quite easily in the games that I've seen him so far, Akil Mullen, as he now waits to bowl to Tian Webster. So he runs in now, passes the umpire into bowl to Webster. This delivery just on the line of the middle stump, driven nicely there from Tian Webster, but it's straight to the man there at mid-on. It looks like it's Sean Siloch, and no runs added to the total. So at the end of the first over here, Queen's Park in pursuit of 131 for victory, 3 without loss.
Yeah, so we definitely see Clarke Road coming out with good intent here. Queen's Park definitely having to work for these 131 runs, and a good start here to their defense of 131. Queen's Park just able to get 3 runs off that left-arm orthodox over of Akil Mullen. And we're joined in the commentary box here by both Filton and Dexter Sween. Filton Williams and Dexter Sween, they are looking on intensively. They both ply their trade for the Queen's Park 2 team. We'll get their thoughts on this game shortly.
As we can see, the new bowler from the southern end, it's Yannick Utley. So another left-arm spinner here to operate from the southern end. He'll be operating with a man at slip. There's a short third man, a backward point, a short cover, a mid-off, a long one, a deep mid-wicket, a short square leg, and a short fine leg as this delivery short outside the line of the off stump, cut away there by Justin Gillen. Straight to the man at a short, third man, and no runs added to the total.
And it's Otley once more into Gillen, and Gillen is attempting to play this one late off the back foot. No contact made. Keston is amazing to see with the introduction of T20 cricket. We thought that this would have been the death for spin bowlers, and here they are, you know, really making this format their own. The likes of Rashid Khan, Mujib Al Rahman, as this one is past the point fieldsman, and this will be the first boundary of the Queen's Park innings. Queen's Park are 7 without loss, and just to go back what I was touching on earlier, the likes of Sunil Narayan really dominating this format of the game.
Yeah, these bowlers have really improved their craft, and they've turned out to be the top bowlers in the T20 game, and that's why we see most of them operating at the in the early overs and in the power play, trying to get that breakthrough there for their skippers. As we can see, Yannick Otley to continue now as he passes the umpire into bowl to Justin Gillen. A delivery short outside the line of the off stump. Gillen allowing it to go by, to be taken by the keeper. It's the young Dujon Charles there. He'll be doing the work behind the stumps, as Yannick Otley now runs in, passes the umpire. This delivery short, wide, cut it, getting the outside edge there, Justin Gillen, but it goes straight to the man there who moved it from slip to a short third man position, and in the end, no runs to the total.
Yeah, so good pressure being built here by these two spinners. Just 7 runs coming off the first 11 deliveries, as this one is clipped onto the onside, and Gillen rotates the strike here. But that's the end of the second over at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy. Queen's Park in pursuit of 131 to lift the T20 Festival 2019 crown. They are 8 without loss. So it's Molan into the left-handed Gillen once more. He is attempting that slog sweep, and eventually the batsmen do cross for the single T on Webster, calling his captain true. A slight misfield there at the short fine leg position. Queen's Park now 9 without loss. Molan bowling a bit flat here, but doing the job nonetheless, just conceding 4 runs. He's into his second over, as Webster is driving crisply back to Molan. And as I said, he was good off his own bowling. There is a bit of a fumble, and the batsmen do cross for 1, so the score moves on by 1 to 10.
Tian Webster seems to be really sharp here tonight. He's looking for those quick singles we saw in the last delivery before he got that one. It came off the bat of Justin Gillen, went to the man at short fine leg, and he quickly ran down there with the misfield. As
Gillen is cutting away past the fieldsman at point, and that's his pet shot. We saw a lot of that last night in the semi-final encounter, and where he made 74, so he's off and running again here. Justin Gillen, the Parkite skipper, he's 12 without loss. So left arm over is Akil Molan. Good comeback here by Molan. That delivery that Justin would have spliced past point, guilty of just giving the left hand a bit too much room outside the off stump there. But immediately Molan fixing that line and length. This one a bit fuller in length, being able to clip off the pads. Gillen 13 now. Queen's Park 15 without loss. Brings the right-handed Webster on strike. Final delivery left in this third over. should say congratulations to the Toronto Raptors as well, Keston. They destroyed the Golden State Warriors in Game 1 of the finals last night. As this one is being punched through the cover once more by Webster. Webster does seem to be the very concentrating there.
So at the end of 3 overs here in the Brian Lara Cricket Academy, Queen's Park, who are in pursuit of 131 for victory, or 16 without loss. As we can see, Yannick Utley to continue. He'll be bowling to the right-handed tee, and Webster there's a short third man, a backward point, a cover point, a short cover, a long off, a mid-on, a man at deep mid-wicket, a short square egg, and a man at short fine leg as this delivery just on the line of the middle stump, and T and Webster hitting it out there to the man at deep mid-wicket, and they will go through for a single. He moves on now to 4, sorry. Gillen is with him there. He's on 13. He will now take the strike. The score is 17 without loss. We are in the 4th over here in the final. Queen's Park in pursuit of 131 for victory. As Yannick Utley into bowl to Gillen, and this delivery is hitting it over the man at cover there and into the boundary for 4. So a lovely looking shot there by Justin Gillen. He's continuing the good work. He made a score of, it was at 78? 74 there in the semi-final against Alliston Comets. So he's really in some fine form here as he moves on to 17 here. The score is 21 without loss. 2 deliveries gone in the 4th over. As Yannick Utley to continue. He runs in now, passes the umpire, shortish delivery there on the line of the middle stump. And Justin Gillen, he's back on the back foot, working it into the onside to the man at long on, and they'll go through for a single. It brings the aggressive Tion Webster to the strike. He's really off to a sedate start thus far. He's only on 4. Justin Gillen has been the aggressor in the partnership thus far. The score is 22 without loss as Tion Webster waits to face Yannick Utley with the same feel. He will operate now as he now passes the umpire into bowl to Webster, and this delivery, he's playing it nicely into the onside there and runs through for a quick single. The man at short square leg, he comes in and does the fielding. In the end, unable to prevent that single. Score now moves on to 23 without loss. There's 2 men out for Justin. There's a man at long on and deep mid-wicket as Utley now runs in. A shortish delivery there. Cut away there by Justin Gillen. Beating the man at backward point, and it goes into the boundary for 4. So a bad-looking delivery there by Yannick Utley. He was short in length, and he gave the batsman enough room there, and he was able to capitalize on that bad delivery, and it goes into the boundary for 4. Gillen moves on to 22 now. The score is 27 without loss. 1 more delivery left in the 4th over. As Utley now passes the umpire into bowl to Gillen. Another shortish delivery, but this time he's cutting it straight to the man at cover point. Unable to get a run there, so at the end of 4 overs here at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy, Queen's Park 27 without loss. Mullen to continue here as he bowled to T and Webster. This one on the line of the off stump. T and Webster played it just in front of him there, straight back to the bowler, and he does the fielding cleanly. Shortest delivery there by Mullen, and it's flat batted right past him. It beats the man at mid-on and goes into the boundary for 4. So the first boundary here to T and Webster. He goes on to 9. The score is 31 without loss. We're in the 5th over. I want to say who napkin is that day, but that napkin look like somebody mashed it. What is small thing? I small really. As Mullen now passes the umpire into bowl to Webster on this one. He's hitting it past the man, the diving man there at mid-on. He's unable to complete the catch there, and it goes into the boundary. So another boundary here for T and Webster. 2 consecutive fours here. A poor attempt by the man at from the man at mid-on there. It's Sean Siloch as that delivery there beats him and goes into the boundary for 4 runs. The score now moves on to 35 without loss.
Yeah, definitely Webster giving himself some deliveries there to get his eyesight in, and now looking to capitalize on any loose deliveries here by Mullen. This one again, Webster is attempting to thread it to the offside, unable to do so this time. So dot delivery by Akil Mullen. We're into the 5th over here. 35 without loss, Queen's Park, in pursuit of 131 for victory. Akil Mullen just conceding 19 runs. He's into his 3rd over. Tion Webster 13 from 10 deliveries. Justin Gillen with him on 22, as this is a shorter delivery once more, and basically a free hit there being served up by Mullen, just dropping way too short. Tion Webster rocking back on his back foot and nonchalantly just pulling it through the vacant long on region. Queen's Park 39 for 1, and really these 2 batsmen beginning to look the part here for Queen's Park.
Yeah, Tion Webster is bouncing on any shortish delivery there served up by Akil Mullen, and he's taking full advantage. I think Mullen needs to adjust the feel at the moment. He probably should send that man to long on and bring the mid off in the ring as he now runs in, passes the umpire to bowl to Tion Webster. This one on the line of the middle stump. It's worked into the onside to the man at short mid wicket there, and they will go through for a single.
Yeah, good maturity shown here by the youngster Webster, getting 3 boundaries in that over and still holding his composure to just get the single to keep the strike for the next over. Final over in the power play coming up. We'll wait to see who's going to deliver it here for this Clarke Road unit.
I must say a pleasant good night to Donna, also known as Fluff. I know she enjoyed us here on the live as well, as we can see. Samuel Rupnarang, he will take up the attack from the southern end, the off spinner. He'll be bowling to Tion Webster. There's a man at a short third man. There's a backward point, a short cover, a cover point. There's a man at long on, a deep mid wicket. Backward square there inside the ring, and a man at short fine leg. We can see it's Yannick Otley. He's now going at mid off.
Yeah, so it's some off breaks to be served up here by Samuel Rupnarine. Tion Webster just hitting this one on too long on and gets his skipper back on strike, who is on 22 from just 18 deliveries. Webster 19 from 13. Strike rate almost 150. Yeah, we really must say a heartfelt thank you, Keston, to all you guys looking on to the stream here. Without you guys, it would not have been possible. We do have some favorites here, those guys who are commenting all the time. Marlon Barkley comes to mind. He's there as well. Joshua Ramdu, Chile, Eric Garcia. Donna is also there as well. Savion Lara. So a lot of Queen's Park onlookers. Amir Jangu, who is with the West Indies Emerging Players Camp. He is also looking on. As Rupnarayan is into Gillen once more. This one squirted out on the offside. And I really must mention, Keston, hats off to you as well. A lot of compliments coming in on your commentary. Definitely, we are by no means professionals. So we are trying our best here. So thanks a lot for listening.
Thank you very much, Michael. As we can see, this delivery pitched up by Samuel Rupnarayan, driven straight back over his head. It goes all the way for 6. So a lovely looking shot there by the Queen's Park skipper. It was an overpitched delivery there by Samuel Rupnarayan. Not getting much purchase from the surface there. It's a new It's a new ball he's still bowling with. And in the end, this Justin Gillen hit that one straight over his head for 6 more runs.
Yeah, excellent sound coming off that piece of willow there. Justin Gillen seems to have in his hand an excellent cricketing bat. Samuel Rupnarayan, guilty of over pitching a bit there. He's into Gillen once more. This is a shorter delivery, trying to correct his length of over pitching, and this one fired in. Faster delivery, 47 without loss. As I was mentioning earlier, club cricket TT is the brainchild of Amrit Jadoo. So this is excellent coming into fruition here. This is just our first season. And with bigger and better things to come, as this one is cut away again by Gillen. So Clarke Road definitely would not have seen that innings yesterday by Justin Gillen, where he fed off everything short and wide outside the off stump. And they are just feeding him here again. Justin Gillen ramping on to 32 from just 22 deliveries.
Yeah, so good looking shot there by Justin Gillen yet again. And I must say, it's been some good work behind the scenes done by Amrit Jadoo alongside him, Ian Ramsey and Filton Williams. They've been the men behind the scenes doing all the hard work, making sure this stream comes to you at top quality. As we can see this delivery there on the line of the leg stump, worked to the onside by Justin Gillen. Goes out to the man at deep mid wicket. They'll complete the single. So at the end of 6 overs here and the power play, Queen's Park off to a flyer, 52 without loss.
So an interesting move here by the Clarke Road captain, bringing on Kerwin Serju. He definitely gives the ball a lot of air. And I must say, a very interesting move. He would have caught me by surprise here, Keston.
Yeah, I thought Tallawahs would have come into the attack from this end. As we can see, there's a man at backward point, a cover point, a short cover, man on the sweeper boundary, along on a deep mid wicket, a deep backward square, and a man at short fine leg. As Sergio passes the umpire, tossing up this one, and Justin Gillen is hitting it over the man in the ring on the cover region, and it will beat the man at long off there. Poor bit of work by the fielder at long off, allows it to go into the boundary, and 4 more runs to Justin Gillen. He moves on to 37.
Yeah, as I said earlier, interesting move, to say the least, by Captain Yannick Otley to bring on Sergio, who is known to give the ball a bit of air, and Justin Gillen immediately latching on to that wideish delivery outside off stump, giving it the full treatment, as this is flatter by Sergio, and Justin is pulling this high and handsomely into the mid-wicket boundary once again. So back-to-back boundaries, not letting Sergio settle here, guilty of being a bit too full of his first delivery, and now trying to adjust his length, pulling it back a bit too much. The experienced Gillen just rocking back onto his back foot, moving on to 41 off just 25 deliveries, Keston.
Yeah, those leg spins remind me of a guy named Joshua Chili Ramdu, as this delivery just outside the line of the off stump. Attempt of the drive there by Justin Gillen. It's a wide delivery signal by the umpire. and it goes into the boundary for 4. So really bad stuff in this over by Kerwin Sergio.
Yeah, he's a bit erratic all over the place. Here is Kerwin Sergio. Already 13 runs coming off just these 2 deliveries. So, as I said earlier, interesting move by Yannick Otley. Doesn't seem to be paying any dividends on Queen's Park. Very clinical in their batting thus far.
Yeah, they needed someone to apply some pressure from this end, because this Queen's Park unit are really after a good start at the moment, as Sergio passes the umpire to bowl, and this one, Justin Gillen probably feeling a bit sorry there for Sergio. He left that wide delivery outside the line of the off stump to be taken by the keeper.
No, Justin doesn't feel sorry for anyone, I could tell you. That's a good delivery, a good comeback there by Kerwin Sergio. And there we see Gillen beaten. All ends up there by Sergio, not reading the flipper, it seems to be there by Kerwin Sergio. And a bye signaled by umpire Danish Ramdani. So excellent delivery there. Good comeback by Kerwin Sergio. Gillen playing inside the line of that one and beating Dejon Charles in the process as well.
Sergio now passes the umpire to bowl to Webster. This one on the line of the leg stump, worked into the answer. They're running the first one hard there, these 2 batsmen. In the end, the man on the deep mid-wicket boundary, he will come in and do the fielding. He will limit them to 1 run. So at the end of...
There's still one delivery left.
There's one delivery left there. The umpire seemed like he was going to hand Sergio his cap. But there's one delivery left. The score is 67 without loss. Gillen is on 41 with MT, and Webster is on 20. Sergio, he's bowled 5 deliveries in his first over. He's already gone for 14. Let's wait to see what he's going to serve up in this over. In this last delivery, another shortish delivery, pulled away into the gap there between long on and deep mid wicket there. In the end, the man at long on, he runs across and does the fielding, and they will go through for 2 runs. So at the end of 7 overs here in the Brian Lara Cricket Academy, it's 69 without loss.
So it's going to be Rupnarayan to continue from the Hospitality Suites end. Tion Webster, he is on 20 from just 14 deliveries on Justin Gillen, who has been the aggressor tonight, 43 from 28. He continues his good form from the semi-final encounters. Webster is attempting this slug sweep, making little contact. There seems to have been an under edge. So it's 70 now without loss. Special good night to the guy who goes by the handle El Stevo Jr. That's the Clarke Road scorer. Steve is an excellent statistician for Clarke Road. So, 70 without loss. Rupnarayan is around the wicket to Gillen. Umpire Basarat adjudicates that as not out. Steve definitely no stranger to finals. He would have been here with the Clarke Road team for the 50 over final as well. As Rupnarayan is around the wicket, Gillen attempting that paddle sweep. Batsman crossover for a single. So we're halfway through the 8 over. Queen's Park operating with a run rate at a tick just under 9.5. Required run rate just 4.8 runs and over. So Clarke Road definitely need to strike and get some quick wickets now, as Webster is playing this late to the backward point region. So Rupnarine seems to be getting a bit of extra bounce here, Keston.
He seems to be getting a bit of extra bounce, and that last delivery slowed it up a bit. Tian Webster was cramped up a bit in the end, could only open the face to the man at the point region. As we can see, Rupnarine here, he will continue. 4 deliveries gone in the 8th over of the innings. His 2nd over, he's already gone for 14 as he now passes the umpire into bowl to Webster. And this one, oh, he's hitting it past Justin Gillen there. He almost took out the face of his non-striker. In the end, it goes into the boundary for 4. So a good looking shot by Tian Webster. He carries his account up to 25. The score is 75 without loss.
I could tell you Gillen did excellently there to get out of the line of that delivery. That one rocketed off the bat of Tian Webster. These guys seems to have really good bats here. That one coming straight off the middle. Rupnarine over the wicket to Webster, who is attempting the slog sweep once more, and a very productive shot it is. So back-to-back boundaries here for Webster. At the moment, it's all too easy here for Queen's Park. 79 without loss after 8.
Yeah, the Queen's Park team are running away with this game at the moment. It seems like Clarke would have no answer for these 2 opening batsmen. Gregory Mahabir needs to do something at this moment, because if this Queen's Park team continue at their rate, they're going to win this game well before the 20th over. So at the end of 8 overs here in the TTCB T20 Festival final, it's Queen's Park who are taking 2nd strike in this game in pursuit of 131 for victory, 79 without loss. As we can see, Sergio here to continue on this delivery. Just on the line of the off-stump, Gillen opening the face and allowing it to trickle to the man at point. No runs taken.
Yeah, so 16 runs being conceded in Sergio's first over, and Captain Yannick Otley showing good faith in his young leg spinner, as Gillen is sizing up to have another heave at this one. Not perfect contact being made there. Gillen does cross over for the single, so 45 without loss. 45 to Gillen. The score QPCC 80 without loss.
So must say Justin Gillen is really putting up his hand in these crucial games. He did it in the semi-finals for this Queen's Park team with a knock of 74. And yet again, he's on a 45, as this is a short delivery here. Pulled away by Tian Webster. The man in the cow corner region, it looks like a Tallawahs. He made a bad error with that one in the end. It goes into the boundary for 4. So Tian Webster goes on to 33. And this Clarke Road team are letting this game slip away. Some really poor feeling. And when you have a small total on the board, you want to execute in all aspects of your game to the best of your ability. They are not doing that at the moment, Michael.
And it's looking very ominous here for the Clarke Road United, as Sergio is bowling this one full again, and again Webster is slugging this to the mid-wicket boundary for 4 more. He is definitely on a roll now, 37 from just 20 deliveries. His last 4 deliveries all being boundaries.
So really poor stuff here by Kerwin Sergio. You really question the change early on, Michael, and it's not working at the moment. He's into his 2nd over, 1.4 overs bowl. He's already conceded 25 runs as this delivery, Tian Webster advancing there. I'm not sure if it's coming off the pad, but it trickles into the offside as the umpire here, he makes the signal. It's a leg by. So the score now moves on to 89. Gillen is on 45 with him. Tian Webster, he's on 37.
Yeah, tactically, I'm not sure if that was the best move by Gregory Mahabir. But he's the guy out there with all the experience marshalling his troops. He will know the ability of this youngster. As Gillen is attempting that sweep once more. And as I said, really good bats here by this left-hander. He goes high and handsome into the mid-wicket boundary to end the over for Sergio. And I assume his spell.
And that brings up the 50 for the Queen's Park skipper. He goes on to 51, leading from the front here yet again. As I said before, a splendid knock in the semi-finals against Alliston Comets of 74. And once again, putting up his hand. And it seems to be he's going to carry his team over the line.
Yeah, that 50 just coming off 33 deliveries with 7 boundaries and 2 huge maximums. Kerwin Sergio, 2 overs, conceding a whopping 31 runs. Keston?
Yeah, as I told you before, it reminds me of a guy named Joshua Chili Ramdu, and he's living up to that at the moment, Kerwin Sergio. As we can see, Tariq Mohammed, the youngster, they have thrown the ball to him. I'm not sure about this move, Michael. We still haven't seen Tallawahs into the attack. Could it be an injury for Tallawahs? I'm not sure.
Either that or he hasn't paid the ball fee. So it's going to be Tariq Mohammed, and he starts immediately with a short delivery banged into the pitch. Webster pulls it into the mid-wicket region. The batsmen are content with one. So 96 without loss. Queen's Park really ramping to victory here, making it look really easy. They must be batting on a different surface, Keston.
Yeah, but the bowling hasn't really been good here by this Clarke team. They've been all over the place, really out of sorts. Gregory Mahabir, who's a man who likes to keep his team together at the moment. He doesn't have an answer for this, for these two men at the crease. As Tariq Mohammed now runs in, passes the umpire, shortish delivery on the line of the leg stump, worked into the onside by Justin Gillen. And this Queen's Park team getting closer and closer to their second title of the season. TTCB title of the season. It will be their third title overall, and not forgetting the 18th title for Mr. David Furlong. What a wonderful coach they've had over the years, as this one is delivery foolish in length, and Tian Webster slugs it over the man at long on into the boundary for 6 more runs. Sorry, over the boundary for 6 more runs. So a good looking shot by Tian Webster. He goes on to 44, and they really want to get this game over with as quick as possible.
Yeah, the 100 coming up with that slog over long on. And I'll tell you something, Keston, I've got a lot of time for this youngster, Tion Webster. Really, when he gives himself that opportunity to get set, he really is a sight for sore eyes with those glorious shots. He is on 44 of just 23 deliveries, operating at a strike rate in excess of 190.
Yeah, he's a really great talent, Tion Webster. And I just would like to see him carry on from here. He has all the potential to be the next big thing from the Caribbean, as we can see this one from Tariq Mohammed. A slow delivery outside the line of the off stump. Tion Webster was attempted to hit it over long one again. In the end, didn't get good contact, and it goes back to the bowler. But back with talking about Tion Webster here, he has all the attributes to be a world-class player. To me, he just needs to carry on, Tion Webster, and get those big scores consistently.
Yeah, we'll be seeing him featuring in the Caribbean Premier League for the Trinbago Knight Riders, as Mohammed passes the umpire and again drops short, and Webster is onto it in a flash, pulling it to the mid-wicket region for a single. Yeah, Webster, really multi-talented player. He is a gun fieldsman, pretty safe in the slips, bowls some medium pace as well, gets that ball to swing a lot, and as you can see here, definitely no muck with the bat. Very talented young player. Also hails from the town of Santa Cruz. Down the leg side here by Mohammed once more. Ill-directed, wide signal by the umpire, so the batsman also crossed for the single. So 107 now without loss is Queen's Park. Gillen on 52, Webster on 45. Final delivery in the 10th over here. Webster is driving this up too long off, and another single for Webster. He moves on to 46 now of just 26 deliveries. And that's the halfway mark here in the Queen's Park innings. 10 overs completed, Keston. 52 for Gillen, 46 for Webster. Just to remind our viewers of the 2 championships won by Queen's Park this year. The first one was that UE T20 tournament where they ramped to victory against, I believe, it was EYM in the finals. The 50 over title was won just a couple days ago. They defeated Clarke Road in that final, and on the brink of victory here for title number 3 in 2019. So hats off to David Furlong and his support staff. Really, we have to mention Ishwa Maraj as well. He has been excellent keeping these players fit and prime, ready for action.
Yeah, Shah Maraj really doing a good job. You can see him with those players throughout the season, making sure they stay fit. And any player that has been injured as well, he's been doing the work to make sure they recover in time for these important matches, as we could see. Akil Mullen to continue to replace Kerwin Sergio from the northern end, as he attempts to run in there. Seemed like the ball was wet a bit, so he throws it to the man at cover, Yannick Otley. He'll do the drying work there for Mullen. So to me, it's well and truly over, Michael. I can't see Clarke Road coming back from here. They require another 23 runs from 60 deliveries, legal deliveries, that is, as Mullen now runs in. Passes the umpire and Webster advancing there, but only could hit it straight back at the bowler. No runs to the total.
Yeah, definitely the writing on the wall for this Clarke Road unit. There'll have to be something really spectacular here too. Oh, and that is a lovely stroke by Tion Webster, using his feet, getting to the pitch of that delivery, and what a way to bring up 50 runs here off just 28 deliveries, 1 maximum and 8 boundaries in that innings. Wow. Tion Webster, take a bow.
Yeah, this young man showing his class, showing the quality of the player. We were saying earlier on that he was unable to get those consistent big scores, but in the end, Tion Webster tonight in the grand final, he moves on to 50 here, and alongside him Justin Gillen. They are taking this game further away from this Clarke Road team. It's 112 without loss. We are inside the 11 over, as a Mullen now runs in now to bowl, passes the umpire into Webster. A short delivery on the line of the off stump. He's slapping it past the bowler to the man at long off, and they will go through for the single. The score now moves on to 113 without loss. As Muller now to bowl to Gillen, his delivery is walking across on the line of the off stump and hoiking it to the man at the mid wicket. In the end, he's only able to get a single. The man out there seems to be Tallawahs, and he does the feeling. So in the end, the score now moves on to 114 without loss. As Muller now passes the umpire to bowl to Tion Webster, and a delivery on the line of the middle stump. He's hitting it to the man at long on, and they will run through for an easy single. The score now moves on to 115 without loss. Tion Webster is on 52, Gillen on 53. So these two going at a rampant pace here at the moment. 16 more runs required to win this game, as Mullen to bowl his final delivery in this over. And this one, Gillen is hitting it to the man at long on. He has to run around a bit, and they will come through for 2 runs. So Gillen, he'll move on to 55. The score 117 without loss. So at the end of 11 overs here at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy, Queen's Park Cricket Club, in pursuit of 131 for victory, 117 without loss.
So it's going to be Samuel Rupnarine to pick up the attack from the Hospitality Suites end. The score 117 without loss after 11 overs. Just 14 more required for victory. This one a very quick delivery, spewed down the leg side, and really erratic stuff. Clarke Road definitely losing the plot here. Extras now move on to 15, and that's the second occasion where we've seen a 5 wides being conceded, Keston.
I must say, a really bad showing in the biggest of stage for this Clarke Road team. They're in the final, and to turn up in a final and perform like this is really embarrassing on their behalf. So I must say some poor bowling there by Samuel Rupnerang. He had the opportunity to try to get the wicket here, and his first delivery fine it down the leg side as he runs it out to bowl to Webster. A shortish delivery outside the line of the off-stump, cut away to the man on the point boundary, and in the end, the attempt to go through for two, get it quite comfortably in the end, despite T and Webster slipping there at the non-striker end. He will move on now to 54. Justin Gillen is on 55, 124 without loss. 7 more runs required for victory. I think Webster will be looking to finish it in this over.
So it's Rupnerang operating again over the wicket as Webster is hitting it back up the pitch. Yeah, so it's been pretty indisciplined stuff by the Clarke Road unit thus far. 124 without loss. Really good partnership between the skipper here and his younger teammate Tion Webster. Finally coming to the party in this T20 festival as Rupnerang is bowling Tion Webster. Tion Webster losing his shape there, attempting to finish it with a slog and unable to do so as he has to depart. Clarke Road get their first wicket with the score 124 on the board, but a good innings nonetheless by Tion Webster. He got to 54 of just 33 deliveries.
Yeah, so a good knock by Tion Webster. As I said, he was looking to finish it in this over. In the end, Rupnerang slowed up that delivery. He was into the shot a bit too early, the slug sweep there. He missed that one completely and was bowled. So he departed for a fantastic knock of 54. The new man to the crease, it seems to be Isaiah Raja. He will walk out with his team requiring only 7 more runs for victory. This Queen's Park team looking for title number 3 here tonight.
Yeah, I could tell you that Webster would be disappointed that he was unable to shepherd his team home to victory and get that asterisk next to his name. But a good knock nonetheless, and should commend Samuel Rupnerang for keeping that ball up full and employing the tactic, if you hit, I miss.
Yeah, a bit too late there, Michael. I don't think they have any chance of getting back into this game. He probably should have done that earlier on. As you can see, Raja now taking his guard to face up to Samuel Rupnerang. Everybody playing the part.
Back here live, it's Rupnerang to Raja.
Raja, not tonight.
Solid in defense is Raja. Just 7 more runs required. 2 legal deliveries left in the 12th over. Raja is playing and missing outside the off stump. So good bit of bowling on show here by Samuel Rupnerang. Although he has conceded 29 runs, he got the scalp of Tion Webster.
Might be some late drama here, Michael.
As this is a sweep attempted by Raja. Ill line delivery once again by Rupnerang as extras increase by 1. Total now moves on to 16 extras. Queen's Park 125 for 1. As this is slash pass point and Raja gets into the act, immediately getting his boundary tally up and running. 129 for 1 Queen's Park.
Tariq Mohammed will switch ends. He comes now from the northern end. He'll be bowling to Justin Gillen with only 2 runs required here for victory. No better person to be on strike than the captain, Justin Gillen, as this delivery. He's driving it into the offside to the man on the sweeper boundary. They will come through now on the overthrow, and Queen's Park will complete the victory here at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy. It's their third title of the season. It's David Furlong's 18th title with his Queen's Park team. So a good bit of work here by Queen's Park. Clarke Road didn't turn up in this final. So in the end, Justin Gillen, he will remain not out on 57. So a really good captain's knock from him in this grand final, Michael.
Yeah, definitely continuing with his rich vein of form from the semi-final, transferring it to the final here. Justin Gillen, excellent work on, as you said earlier, Queen's Park getting their third title of the season. Really excellent work by them this season. Yeah, definitely kudos must be given to the coach of this unit, David Furlong. He is also the assistant coach of the national team, and he brings a wealth of experience to this Queen's Park unit. He is a man of few words, but he definitely gets his point across to the players.
Some might argue with the quality of the players, he doesn't have much to do, but at the end of the day, you have to get these players to gel together and to go out there and produce the goods for this Queen's Park. So lovely showing here by this Queen's Park team as they now look to greet this Clarke Road unit. Disappointment on the face of Gregory Mahabia and Yannick Otley as they're the first two to greet the Queen's Park team. So much a clinical performance by Queen's Park in the final. They complete the victory at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy. Queen's Park are the 2019 T20 Cricket Festival champions. As we can see, the presentation is being done here. Terence Hinds, he will receive the prize for the best fielder in the final here. So good work by Terrence Hines. A good outing in this tournament. The leading wicket taker for Queen's Park with 12 scalps, and he's now picked up the award for the best fielder. And we could see another award being presented. It's Akil Hossain. He will get the award for the best bowler in tonight's final. Good bowling figures here by Akil Hossain. 2 overs, no maidens. 3 overs, sorry, no maidens. 2 for 14. So really good display by Akil Hossain. And yet again, we could see the captain of this Queen's Park team, Justin Gillen. He receives the award tonight for the best batsman in the final. Leading from the front, Gillen yet again, he scored 74 in the semi-finals, and tonight completing 57 not out. So really leading from the front. And again, as I said, he was the man of the match in the semi-final. He's the man of the match in the final. So really leading from the front, Justin Gillen. A good all-round performance from him in these last 2 games. Good stuff. As we can see, the Clarke Road team are going to come up to collect their medals for the runners-up medals. We can see Yannick Otley. He will lead the charge to collect the medals and the trophy with the check as well. Yannick Otley will collect it on behalf of Gregory Mahabia, the skipper of this Clarke Road team. As Justin Gillen will now await to collect the winner's trophy here and the medals for his team. A really clinical performance here by this Queen's Park team in tonight's final. They really turned up for this. They were brilliant in all departments. They fielded well. They hit their areas when they were bowling. And when they had to chase that total, they were really effective and clinical in the end. So Justin Gillen there receives the medals from... As we can see him now he's collecting the trophy. There, the winner's trophy. This Queen's Park team are going to celebrate well into the night here. As we can see the Queen's Park team here. All the players will come into a huddle here. So really, really good outing. You can see Ishwa Maraj and David Fulong at the side will join them. Good work by this Queen's Park team. Really good work in this final. And they celebrate with their trademark slang of boom here tonight. So wonderful stuff by this Queen's Park team. Once again, we'd like to thank you for joining us here at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy. We thank you for taking some of your time and joining us here on the stream. We ask that you like and subscribe to the page. We leave you here from the Brian Lara Cricket Academy, Queen's Park Cricket Club, the 2019 TTCB T20 Cricket Festival champions. And we want to thank you yet again for joining us. Please enjoy the rest of your night.